of Services plans. The attendance of the public at the November 26, 2020 Cowichan Lake Recreation Commission meeting cannot be accommodated in accordance with the applicable requirements or recommendations under the Public Health Act because of limitations on mass gatherings and the inability to provide for adequate physical distancing with the full commission staff and members of the public present in the meeting room, and that the commission is ensuring openness, transparency, accessibility, accountability for meetings by 1, providing notice of the meeting, 2, making the meeting agenda as well as all other relevant documents available on the CBRD website, 3, providing email notification of publication of agendas to subscribers, 4, achieving meeting video for future viewing by members of the public, and 5, continuing to investigate options to facilitate public participation, and that the Cowichan Lake Recreation Commission meeting of November 26th be held electronically and in the absence of the public in accordance with Ministerial Order M192 and the CBRD Restoration of Services plans. I need somebody to move that.
So moved.
Seconder?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any questions? All in favor?
Question.
Aye.
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 Okay. Contrary? Hearing none, the motion is adopted. Approval of the agenda. Please, a motion for that.
So
Are
moved.
there any additions to the agenda at this time? None? Okay. Is there a mover?
So moved.
Seconder? Klaus? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Motion's adopted. Adoption of the minutes. Have you had a chance to read the minutes? Okay, so, is there a mover?
So moved.
Seconder? Okay, Ian, any questions? Okay.
Question.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion's adopted. Okay.
Mr.
Business
Chair,
advice. Pardon me?
hang on. Might I suggest, because you've got a mix of phone in and you've got some people who are online, that when you're calling a question, and because technically speaking, we only record those opposed anyways, that instead of calling in favor and opposed and have it just call for any opposed, and then you can record it. That's perfectly legal under these circumstances and helps to avoid confusion. Just a suggestion.
Okay, all right. Let's see if I can remember that. Business arising from the minutes?
There are none.
None. Public input period? None. Delegations, Jenny Pilo. Jenny?
If I may, first, before we jump in, I would like to introduce you all to Jenna. Jenna Pilo is the executive director for Island Silks Foundation, and she's got a presentation to give to you. And just before I turn over the floor to her, I would like to welcome Bob Day, our new mayor of the town of Lake Cowichan, to our meetings, as well as Natalie and Talitha. The rest of you see, all of the rest of us you see every month, but welcome to our meeting tonight. So Jenna.
Thank you, Linda.
Hello. Can everybody hear me properly and loudly?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so hello, thank you so much for having me. I have a PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to try sharing the screen and hopefully it will work. Just a moment. So I'm just pressing share. All right, let's try this.
Mr. Chair, can I make a suggestion?
You may.
Well, I know that very few of any of us are on fiber optic, so we're probably going to have bandwidth issues. So I would suggest not only should we all be mic'd, but while the presentation is on, we should probably all kill our video as well. And we can still see everything. You just can't see us, and it really helps with the bandwidth.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, Jenna, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I'm going to put you on the side here. All right. Be good. All right. Am I good to proceed?
Yes.
Hello? Yes. All right. So my name is Jenna Pilo. Thank you again for having me. I am the executive director, the founder, and the head coach of Island Silks Foundation. We are here today asking for the youth sports rental agreement for 2021 at a rate of $18.05 per hour. So, good evening. Sorry, I just said this. So yeah, basically we are looking for the $18.05 an hour. Currently, we have been running programs since September of 2020, and we have been doing it through the CRD. We're so grateful that we met Tanya and Linda and everyone else that's helping around at the office and facility, and we're hoping that we can start our programs now instead of having to go through the office and CVRD to eliminate that whole step and give your wonderful employees some more time to focus on other things. We would take it in our hands to just rent the facility. So here's what we're asking is for winter, hopefully, if the regulations do open up, we are hopeful because of COVID-19. We would like to do a winter session from January 4th to March 8th. We're asking for Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know in the past there was the CATSA theater group. To my understanding, they're not currently running and will not be in the new year. So if we are able to have 3:30 to 9 p.m. as a rental would be wonderful. And alternatively, if that does not work with you guys, we would be open to doing Mondays and Wednesdays instead. And then secondly, we have spring break tumbling camps, and we're going to be doing that through the CVRD, but again, we can sit would be wonderful. And then same with our Crim Circus session from March 29th to June 14th. So hopefully you can all see. So I'm not sure if you've all been to Centennial Hall, but here's an example of one of our setups on one of the first days of classes. As you can see, we kind of liven up the place a little with all the colors, and we've had wonderful feedback from a lot of parents. Here's an example of one of the mothers I taught. It says, Jenna taught my kids and loved her. Not only is she a great teacher, but someone you want to keep in your life. She's inspirational, positive, and always has a smile on her face. She makes learning fun. So that's what I was here to do on this earth, is help people have fun and stay fit. And I just try to do that every day of my life. And by using the facility as a rental instead of a vendor, for weekly classes, our board member and staff will be taking full control of Island Silks programs, registrations, insurance, and policy regulations. All we would require from you guys is a simple agreement to use the space as the times indicated above, along with the usage of the facility mats, which we really appreciate. On the right is an example of the session that unfortunately had to be canceled due to the BC health orders. But we have a lot of parents and students that are still really excited and looking forward to classes when they do resume. And as the, can you guys still hear me? Just to make sure, hopefully. All right, so as the founder, executive director, and head coach of Island Soaks Foundation, it's my goal to help advance our mission of promoting physical literacy through our gymnastics-based fitness and education programs. I'm a proud mother of two who is passionate about helping people of all ages and abilities stay healthy and active while having fun and feeling inspired. And originally, I was from Montreal, which is known as the Cirque du Soleil city, and that's one of the elements I love to incorporate in all of our classes. So as you can see, I've managed and coached gymnastics-based fitness programs for all ages in Calgary for the past 7 years, ranging from preschool gymnastics and acrobatics to adult ninja warrior, stunt training, high-level aerial circus, performing arts, aerial yoga, and much more. Prior to moving out west for the love of adventure, I grew up playing and coaching competitive tennis, badminton, and cheerleading and tumbling at a national level. Also figure skating, which I didn't mention in there, with numerous product sponsorships and medals. And I also worked at a daycare along with like 3 other jobs while I was in school full time. I love to keep busy and make a difference in the world. So one of our main goals is we're adding our very first performance team for ages 8 and up in Lake Cowichan. Our awesome team will be working on various routines to be able to showcase to our wonderful community and beyond. So hopefully we're hoping to be able to do things like Canada Day and all kinds of free family events. And being that we are not for profit, we are eligible for a lot of grants. We will be doing high-level training in a fun, community-oriented team that will be part of many great fundraisers, shows, festivals, travels, etc., to help represent Lake Cowichan, BC, and Canada throughout various performing arts initiatives. And thank you, CVRD, for helping us provide some incredible programs to our community. This is just an example of one of our parented classes as we're trying to keep up with all of the social distance measures. So unfortunately, we are closed for the next couple of weeks and possibly the rest of the year, but we're very blessed and grateful that we got the opportunity to start something up that gave people a little bit of hope and keep a little bit of sanity of not having their kids running and jumping and flipping all over their house. So yeah, that's my presentation. If we can go back to video, perhaps. There we go. I'm not sure how to unshare my screen. Oh. Video, maybe? Suggestion how to go. Sorry, okay.
Jenna, there you go.
Did that work yet? Yes.
Yes,
Coming back.
thank you, Jenna.
Oh,
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I just want to say that those on the phone, Spencer and Eva and Rocky, is that all that's on the phone from the commission? Because I've sent you guys the PowerPoint presentation so you can see it. Oh, Spencer's not.
Right here, Linda.
Okay, you are. Okay, so I just have Rocky on the phone and Eva on the phone. Is that right?
No, I'm here.
Okay. It's just that I can't see you, so I guess that's the problem. But anyway, I did send the PowerPoint presentation out.
okay. Thank you, Jenna. Any questions for Jenna?
No questions. I love the program. My daughter's already signed up for your gymnastics, which got canceled.
yeah.
So when it restarts, we're all in.
Who's your daughter?
Her name is Madison.
Oh, okay.
She came to one class so far.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
So I'm looking for a recommendation. Linda?
So Jenna and I and Mark have spent a lot of time talking about stuff. We brought this to the commission tonight so that you can see Jenna's business. It's a little different than other things that we've had in the hall. It's not like a normal one-off renter or opportunity where people rent the hall for one thing. And way back in time when the Cats of Lakeside Players Society, Jenna, could you just turn on your mute? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, the Cats of Lakeside Players Society, as you know, many years ago, asked for use of the hall that was ongoing use, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then at performance times. And so the commission discussed it at that time. And so I thought it would be nice for you guys to see that there's another not-for-profit business in town that would like to have extended use of our community hall. Jenna and I have also talked about what happens if we have a community event that has economic spin-off, and we would try to move her to another location, or we might have to cancel her booking for that day, depending on what else is going on in the hall. But the hall right now, we can't proceed with the rental at all because of the gymnastics being canceled due to COVID-19. But at a later time, the commission can discuss if they want to. Any further things they might need to know.
I'm looking for a recommendation. Ian?
Going by best practices at the regional district, before I do anything, I'm going to ask if there's a time crunch here. It sounds to me like we might have a little flexibility because we generally, it's not our practice to make a recommendation the same night that we receive a delegation. So if it isn't a time crunch, we can have some time to consider it and maybe a brief report from staff on the implications, and then it could be forwarded to the board. When's our next meeting, Linda? If I could, through you, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead. Linda?
It's on December 17th.
So as a follow-up, when would our delegation need to have a firm yay or nay on our decision? Like, I don't think there's any question about the decision. It's just that we should follow proper procedure. That's all.
So we can't proceed with the rental until the ban on gymnastics is lifted by the province anyway. So right. So I think we likely can wait till December 17th.
Okay, so I would move that staff prepare a report for our next meeting outlining the implications of the request. It's as simple as that. We're just following procedure that way, and then we can make a recommendation to the board. And I guess I need a seconder.
I second that.
Okay. Any discussion? Any opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you. Would you guys like me to exit now? Yes.
Ciao.
All right. Wonderful meeting you all.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.
So we'll move on to correspondence. Linda?
None.
None. Information number 7.
None.
Number 8, R1. Linda?
Okay. So has everybody had an opportunity to read my budget 21 draft budget review staff report? Everybody's read it? Okay. So just to summarize then, we're looking that it be recommended to the board that the 2021 draft budget for Function 405 Cowichan Lake Recreation be approved. There's a 0% increase in requisition from last year, or sorry, from 2020 to 2021. I've put in the budget some things to take into consideration, or into the report, things to take into consideration. And also you can see on page 2 that what we have for reserve fund balances. If you have any questions, we can entertain any questions.
Any questions, anybody? Ian,
I'll move the recommendation and speak to it if I have a seconder.
Klaus. Discussion.
So if I could, Mr. Chair, I read the report front to back. I think that it's well considered. There's an attempt to be prepared for us to continue providing services when the health orders change to allow us to provide those services. We're proceeding with some of the capital stuff that we need to do. We're meeting the CBRD board's mandate to hit 0%. And one of the things that's become clear at the board around other functions and other deliberations is that while there may be a possibility to cut here and cut there to reduce the requisition a little bit here and there, in the following year, if we choose to return to the same sort of service level, well, we may have saved a little bit in this year's budget requisition. In order to return to the same service levels a year from now, we would be looking at a requisition increase. So I think the steady as she goes approach, maintaining the requisition levels at what's been recommended in the staff report, it all makes sense. And I want to thank Linda and her staff for all the good work that's been done here. And I'm fully supportive of what's been presented. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Question on the motion? Opposed? The motion's carried. R2, Linda.
Okay, so just as part of my verbal report, I do want to remind everybody that our next meeting is on Thursday, December 17th, which is a week early, and that's due to Christmas. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, we will not be having our annual Christmas dinner. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's the first time I can remember not having Christmas dinner with you guys. But anyway, we will need to do this kind of a meeting again on December 17th, as we already have a couple of agenda items. So that's that. I just wanted to let you know also that the UBO Christmas Craft Fair that was scheduled for Saturday of this week is canceled as well due to the new orders from Dr. Henry. And just a reminder to our elected officials, Mayor Bob Day and Director Morrison and Kuhn, that the 6 appointed, well, sorry, there's 1 vacancy and 5 appointed positions expire on December 31st. So if anybody's interested in getting back on the commission, they need to talk to Ian, Klaus, and Bob. And then something that's not listed on your agenda, but I'm just going to say it came to my attention yesterday. There's a bouldering wall idea that's been presented to me yesterday by Jamie Doyle, who is the principal of Lake Cowichan Secondary School, or Lake Cowichan School they call it. So right now I am working with Jamie Doyle to perhaps partner in an idea that he's going to put together a proposal on, and we will present it to the commission on December 17th. I just wanted to let you know that's there's some discussion going on about that. And that's all I have for my verbal report. Any questions?
Hearing none, thank you, Linda. I'll move on to R3, verbal report from Director Morrison.
COVID. Stay safe, everyone. That's all I got.
Thank you, Ian. Director Kuhn.
Ian said it all.
Thank you very much. R4, Mayor Day. Bob?
I'm just coming in now, so I'm sorry for my video not
Okay.
coming on, but I'm
Sorry,
very
Bob.
low on battery this evening. So I'm preserving it by not having my video running the whole meeting, but I'm here, and I guess I should have a report being a newly seated mayor, so I'll just bring you a little bit up to date on my first 3 and some odd weeks of my term. Unlike any other, I believe, in the history that I can remember as a newly elected person jumping right into the COVID situation. I thought I knew how to operate meetings and run the whole show, but it's a whole new world now, isn't it? So on November 10th, I was sworn in as the mayor of the town of Lake Cowichan. As acting mayor, I met with each council mayor to gauge their thoughts on the key issues moving forward so the transition would be as smooth as possible. The highlights of this month's committee meetings were as follows. Council was presented a project schedule for the anticipated renovation of the municipal office and council chambers, and I'm happy to report that the project is on schedule, even though you haven't seen activity out front. It is on schedule with November's task of the completion of the schematic drawings complete. The next phase is design drawings, and the completion of this project will be January of 2022. Quite a lot of work for construction right next to the river there. We need to drive some pilings after we dismantle the fire hall bays that are sitting there now. So a little bit more of a project than we thought at first, but the original reason for sticking to this location was that if we dismantle the town hall or destroy the building, we just end up with another vacant piece of land in our downtown core. And we hope to take advantage of this brand new renovated building, but also use the natural surroundings to enhance it, so and give the public good access to Riverview property and a trail from the town hall to Otaki Park and then the footbridge across the river. So it's going to be a great looking area when it's all done, and hopefully provide some more stimulus to the downtown core for renewal. Council is also happy to report that we received $1.158 million under the COVID-19 Safe Restart Program for local governments from the Province Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing. So that's exciting news for us, and it'll help us move forward on a few issues around town, and one of them being outfitting our new council chambers with audiovisual equipment so we can continue to provide even better broadcast of our meetings and interaction with the public in the future when that project is completed. And there's specific items that funding can go towards, as our other elected officials know. So we have to be careful how we spend it and do proper reporting. Council also discussed the creation of a strategic planning committee, a council that will meet on the first Tuesday of each month to regularly check in on the town's strategic plan, something that hasn't been done in the past with our town council, at least when I was sat on that as a council member. It's fine to create a strategic plan, but we should often be checking into it and make sure we're on track, or making amendments to chart any emerging priorities, such as issues as we're going through right now with COVID-19. Outside of council, I'm happy to report that I've reached out to our local Subasset First Nation, and they are eager to get together and review our protocol agreement as soon as possible. And I think Director Kuhn, Director Morrison, your protocol agreement with local First Nation is probably almost expired, if not expired. And Aaron Hamilton mentioned that they would be eager to start looking into renewing that agreement in the new year. In other news, Cowichan Tribes, of course, was awarded $24.2 million to support the Cowichan Watershed Resiliency Program from the Federal Ministry of Infrastructure and Communities. This funding will be used to address the issues around severe drought and flooding in the Cowichan watershed. Very cool news, and a portion of that sounds like it's going to go towards some part of the new weir. So that's exciting news that they will be able to be partners in that project when it unfolds. This past week, I participated in a Zoom meeting with the Couch and Leadership Group. I don't know how many are aware that that group exists and the people that are on that group, but we meet once a month. Each person in that group is a leader in their community, and they get to host the meeting from time to time. Alistair McGregor is on that group, Sonia Firstenow, Chip Seymour, Chief of Couch and Tribes, Aaron Stone, Mayor of Ladysmith, and of course, Chair of the CBRD, Al Sabring, Mayor of North Cowichan, Michelle Staples, Mayor of Duncan, Candace Spilsbury, Chair of the School District 79, Shannon Waters, Medical Health Officer for Cowichan Valley, Vancouver Island Health Association, and it's a very interesting comment she left us with in our last meeting around COVID, and a lot of our leaders got to ask some pretty in-depth questions and get pretty decent answers from Shannon. Also on that committee is Chris Bear, the inspector and head of the North Cowichan RCMP. I will be reaching out because halfway through the meeting I realized that there was another partner there that wasn't there. It seemed everybody was represented except for the local Sioux-Basset Nation, so I'm asking that they be considered to join this committee as well, so they can stay on top of the issues in the region. And as many of you probably know or have heard, you can obviously see they've got some fantastic plans in motion on their lands on the lakeside, and they've got a lot of crown lands on the table and ready to be transferred to their hands at some point in the future at various times. So they may be a small nation, but they're certainly showing off what they're capable of, and that just comes down to good management. So at that leadership meeting this week, the concept plan was shown for the new high school in the Duncan area, and that'll be located, of course, as many of you know, at what they are going to call, or is called Cowichan Place. And of course, that's surrounded by the Aquatic Center, the arena, and the Vancouver Island University. So that'll be a great piece of property with some great institutions sitting all in one spot. So at that time, I also brought up the demolition of the 2 derelict school buildings within the town of Lake Cowichan, and that's a long thorn in our sides here, and a sort of not the highest and best use for those 2 properties, Stanley Gordon and E.B. Greenwell. And so they've applied for demolition funding from the province. They'll hear back March 1st, I believe. And the question I posed in front of those leaders, especially MLA Firstenow, maybe she can help move things along a little quicker. We'll see. She's pretty good as a representative for us. That how can the town of Lake Cowichan or any other leaders in our community help support that request for funding and cure this long-standing issue in our community? So I look forward to hearing back for more on that, and we're floating the idea of having a Zoom meeting with the Minister of Education and whatever other minister is responsible for that funding as well, and with the school district, and help secure that funding, and that'd be awesome. In closing, I don't think we can close this meeting without the serious reminder, as the Area I and Area F director said, that we're in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, which has now established itself within Island Health, and just this week I'm becoming aware of several cases in the Lake Cowichan area, Cowichan Lake area, and so it's here, and with substantial daily increase in the rates of infection. It's my personal opinion that everyone needs to follow the provincial health guidelines to their fullest, and I would even ask and recommend everyone to also go above and beyond when possible, to not only protect themselves, but everyone around them and the entire community. It is not entirely a mystery how the virus spreads, and we need to acknowledge that we know what we know, to help us slow the spread while we await a vaccine, which is getting close. And I look forward to that rolling out in the very near future. And I've sort of been living by the words of Bonnie Henry: be kind, be calm, and be safe. It just makes sense to remember that phrase as we move forward through this and deal with the frustrations of our everyday lives because of COVID-19. So That is my report this time, rather lengthy, sorry, but I guess I need to establish myself as a new member, and I'm very happy to be here. In reference to the committee members, please make your wishes known as soon as possible to Director Kuhn, Director Morrison, and myself, or through Linda, however you wish to do it. I don't know, Linda, what the best practice would be, but we need to get that message pretty soon. They've been asking at the CVRD board to get those recommendations in Tuesday, but I realize we can't turn it around that fast. There is one vacancy, and I'm aware of 2 people that are writing letters to at least fill that one position, or more if anybody isn't feeling like they want to sit on this commission for another year or 2. So please get that out there as soon as possible so that directors Morrison, myself, and Director Kuhn can get together, and it is written that the procedures bylaw that we must sit down together and discuss the new members of this commission. So I look forward to that conversation, and Klaus and Ian, I definitely would like to maybe do a Zoom in with you guys as soon as possible, just to get acquainted again after my 2 years absence. So thank you very much, everybody, and I'll be quiet now.
Thank you very much, Bob. Any questions for Bob? Hearing none, we will go to unfinished business.
There's none at this time, Mr. Chair.
Is there any new business?
None.
Closed session? No?
None.
Then at 7:38,
Motion to adjourn.
thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Stay safe.
Enjoy your evening.
Thanks,
Have a good
everybody, for
night.
helping us make this work.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah,
Good night, all.
good night.
Good night. Well done, Mr. Chair.
Oh, that's it.